Hello, friends of Sudoku, and welcome to yet another puzzle of, I think, Chinese origin. This one is rated 7 stars on my photocopy, and that equals a target solving time of 35 minutes according to this sheet. There's an awful lot of givens here, though, so let's see if we can beat the 35 minutes. And I will attempt to do this notation free, but you never know. Well, it's pretty clear that these sevens block down here and this 7 blocks over here. So we found the first digit, and we also find the next because these two sevens are blocking here and the 7 blocking down here. So this is also a 7. And this 7 blocks up here, this 7 blocks across, this 7 blocks across. So this is a 7. I guess a 7 is a lucky number in China. I can't get more sevens easily, so let me look at these two sixes. They block across here, and therefore this is a 6. I'm spotting the 5, 9, 7 here and the 5, 9, 7 here. So we also have a 5 and a 7 already in. There must be some kind of synergy here. I'm not going to look into it just yet, but it looks suspicious. It looks as if it should enable me to find more digits. Let's see if we can get more low-hanging fruits, though. It seems as if we can find an easy 5, because this square cannot be a 5 because of the 5 blocking. So one of these must be a 5. And we also have a 5 coming down here. We have a 5 coming up here. So this is therefore 5. And now one of these two must be a 5. Here we are looking for a 1, 3, and a 9. And we have a 9 here. So one of these is a 9. And therefore one of these must be a 9 eventually. And the 5 blocking over here makes one of these a 5. There's a 3 coming down here and here blocking these 5 squares, making this a 3. And we said that we were looking for a 1, 3, and a 9 for these squares, right? And the 9 clearly can't go here because of the 9 here. And the 3 can't go here. So I'm thinking, yes, I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking clearly. So let's forget that and move on. About the 5s, one of these must be a 5, and therefore one of these must be a 5, because we have a 5 blocking here, right? And we have a 5 blocking down here. So this, in fact, is a 5. And we have a 5 blocking up now here and a 5 blocking down here. And this is therefore a 5 that goes here. The 8 must go in one of these squares here, right? Because of the 8 blocking. So we have an 8 blocking here, and we have a possible 8 here and here blocking there. So this is an 8. And now one of these two squares must be an 8. We need a 4 for this block, and the 4 here blocks these two squares. Therefore, this is a 4. And now one of these must be a 4. These two have to be a 1 and a 2, making these a 6 and a 9. and I can't place them yet. Oh, yes, I can. There's a 9 coming down here. So this is a 9, and this is a 6. Well, well, well. Ah, yes. Look at the 9 coming over here, and look at the 5 coming over here. So these two have to be a 5-9 pair. And what does that tell us about the 9 in column 3? It clearly can't go here, and now it can't go here because a 9 here blocks. So this is a 9. And these two now have to be a 1 and a 3. Yes. And a 5 and a 9 here, a 1 and a 3 here. What else would be missing in this row? Let's see, a 6. A 6, a 6, a 6. Can we find a 6 somewhere? No. Yeah, well, we can find a 6 somewhere here because this 6 blocks here. But that's not good enough. But we can find this digit up here because we know exactly what these three are going to be. And they're going to be a 1, 6, and an 8. And therefore, this square must be a 2. And these three squares now must be a 1, 4, and a 9. We have got a 4 and a 9 in the row, so this is a 1. This is now a 4 and 9. This is going very, very smoothly. I'm suspicious of the 7-star rating, or maybe I should be suspicious of my findings so far. Let's see if I've done this correctly, because it looks as if it goes a little bit too fast. We talked about how these have to be a 5 and a 9. That makes these a 4, 3, and a 6. 4, 3, and a 6, right? And that makes these a 1 and an 8. Can we do something with that? No, I don't think so. But I know that one of these must be a 3. And I know this how? Well, there's a 3 blocking here and a ghost 3 here blocking here. We got a 3 blocking here, and therefore one of these must be a 3. And the others must be 1, 4, 6, and an 8. 1, 4, 6, and an 8. Well, we got a 6 and an 8 here, and a 4 here. So this is a 1 or a 3. This is a 1 or a 3. We got a 1 and a 3 coming over here. So no too complicated. We'll see if we can find something easier than having to think. Well, I had to think a little, but one of these two squares must be a 6. And I can tell you why. Because there's a 6 blocking up here, and there's a 6 blocking over here. So one of these two squares must be a 6. And that means that because of the 6 here, none of these squares can be a 6. And that means that one of these squares must be a 6. But just a few minutes ago, we found out that one of these squares will have to be a 6 because these are 5 and 9s. Therefore, this can't be a 6. Ergo, it must be a 6 that goes here. And that helps us a little over here, doesn't it? Because we need to find a 1, 6, and an 8 for these three squares. There's a 1 here and a 6 here. Therefore, this must be an 8. And these are now 1s and 6s. And we know that this can't be a 6 because a 6 will have to go in one of these. So this is a 6 and this is, what did I do here? Oh. So this is a 6 and this is a 1. We can enter a 4 here because it's the last remaining digit in the row. And that puts a 4 here. And we know from earlier that one of these two had to be a 3, right? So now this is a 3. And we are now looking at a 8 and a what's the last one? A 1. 1 and an 8 for these here. And we have a 1 in this row, so this must be an 8 and this must be a 1. And now these are 1 and 3s. There's no doubt about that. And this is a 1 and a 3 too, except now we have this 1. That makes this a 3 and this a 1 and this a 3. Still a 1, 2 missing here. And here's a 4 and a 9 missing. But I'm pretty confident now that they will be able to find those. 1, 2, and 9 here. And these have to be 6, 8, and a 7. 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 missing in this column. There's a 2, 3, 5, 7 logging here. So this is a 9, making this a 9, making this a 4. Yes. I'm thinking that 5 blocks this square, a 5 blocks this square, a 5 blocks this square. Therefore, this must be a 5. Now we have reduced the empty squares to being just 3, and they have to be 2, 3, and a 7. There's a 7 blocking this square, there's a 7 blocking this square, therefore this is a 7, and that makes this a 7 here. And I think this is the first digit that we have completed. These now have to be a 4 and an 8. 4 and an 8. This should be easy now, shouldn't it? Ah, yes, this must be a 2 because the 2 is blocking here. So this is a 2, and that makes this now a 3. And these were 4 and 1s, remember? But these are 6 and 8, and we have an 8 in the row blocking here. So this is a 6 and this is an 8. Ah, we had a 1, 2 here before, didn't we? Now we found this a 2, so this is a 1. No, so this is a 1 and this is a 2. And that makes this a 2. Now these have to be a 5 and a 1. And this couldn't be a 1, could it? Because we have a 1 in the row. So the 1 will have to go here. And that makes this 9. The 9 here blocks across, the 9 here blocks across, making this a 9. And now this is a 9 and this is a 5 because we remember those from earlier, don't we? And the 5 going up here and the 5 coming across here makes this a 5. And yes, we have all the 5s now. This must be a 1, making this a 1. And this up here was, what was it? It was a 6. That makes this a 6 and this a 4. And this is a 4 and we are getting there now. This must be an 8 and therefore an 8 goes here and this is a 3, making this a 3 and this is going to be a 2. What's happening? Oh, we're still missing one square down here. It must be a 3. There you have it. Not quite 35 minutes. And if you ask me, there is no way this is a 7-star, which is the most difficult level on these photocopies. But it was fun to solve, and I hope that you come back for more soon. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.